Do me wrong when I'm doing you right, baby, when I'm doing you right. Yeah, I bought you a car, house, and a diamond ring, and you're acting like I haven't done a thing. I wanna know how can you do me wrong when I'm doing you right? Tell me, baby, I wanna know how. Oh, I wanna know how. Can you do me wrong? Oh, baby, when I'm doing you right. Oh, yeah, when I'm doing you right. I work the full-time job, part-time job, and night. Oh yeah, baby. Even work on the weekends, baby, to help make ends meet. Oh yeah, I thought I was doing you right, baby. I thought I was doing you right. I wanna know how can you do me wrong? Can you do me wrong when I'm doing you right? That should be hard to do. Oh yeah. I wanna know how can you do it? Somebody tell me how can that woman do me wrong when I was doing her right? I was doing her right. You see, I hear the whole town whispering, talking behind your back. I hear the whole town talking, whispering behind your back. I heard the ladies the other day talking to another friend. She said, how? I got closer. She said, how can that woman do him wrong when he's doing her right? Ooh-wee, when he's doing her right. Evidently they see you doing things that I don't see. But what I see kind of seems right to me. But I know that something must be going on. That something must be going on behind my back. Baby, behind my back. I wanna know, how can you do me wrong, baby, when I'm doing you right? How can you do it? I wanna know how can you do me wrong, baby, when I'm doing you right? How can you do it? Tell me now. I need to know. I wanna know how can you do me wrong when I'm doing you right? mercy, I can feel the pain. Yeah, I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel the pain. Yes, I can. And I wasn't there. No. Hey, when they raped my great-great-great-grandmother, and I wasn't there. Oh, no. Lord, when she cried out for help. Oh, I can feel the pain. Early in the morning, I can feel the pain. Yeah, I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel the pain. Yes, I can. I can still hear the slaves moaning as they slowly walk down the gangplank from the ship. And all I could do, Lord, all I could do was stand there and cry. Hey, Lord, 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 oh, Lord, the God Almighty, oh, I can feel the pain. Yes, I can. I said I can feel the pain. Lord, Lord, oh, I can feel it. I can feel it. I can feel the pain. Yes, I can. They locked up one of our black sisters not long ago. Angela Davis was her name. Oh, yeah. I said they handcuffed her and they took off to jail. Oh, yes, they did. And I want to say, I wasn't there, but I can feel the pain. Yeah, Lord, Lord, I can feel the pain. My. Oh, I can feel it. Oh, I can feel it. I can feel the pain. Oh, yeah. I wasn't there when they shot Malcolm X. Oh, I can feel it. I can feel the pain. Oh, Lord. I've never been a slave, but I can feel it. I can feel the pain. Yeah. Lord, I said I can feel it. Oh, I can feel it. I can feel the pain. When they shot Martin Luther King, Lord, I said I can feel it. Lord, I can feel it. I can feel the pain. From the bottom of my heart, I want to say,
But how can I do it if I'm not given a chance? I'm not given not a chance, a step of a chance.
That's been passed around numerous times. The council, they voted, I think it's part of the charter, we go through all that. I think it's just no good for you to try to rally the crowd. Yeah, I think we need to go along with it.
No, I'm not trying to rally the crowd. Okay. Well, okay, since this is part of the new business, this is what I'm talking about. This is an amended 2013 budget that wasn't even brought to my attention. I don't know anything about this budget. This budget that I've been given today is like totals that don't jive with the federal banking company, for one. Yes, it was an amended budget on 2013, but 2013, we had gotten a lot of money. We don't have that kind of money. So we asked Mr. Moga to get a statement and get a definite total of what we got in the bank. And is that on here?
I'm sorry, but I got to tell you that I think the whole instigator of the whole thing, George Wynn, right here, when he ended up, she's got her husband working with the city, but what she's doing is she's a conflict of interest when she is trying to protect him and make sure that if somebody don't do what he wants them to do, they get fired. It's not right. It's not right.
The city has bought rocks from Scrubs and spread it until Kilpatrick's churchyard, and there's a washout right there by the drain that needs rocks there, but they put it in her, right in her churchyard, and I feel like that's favoritism.
That's bribery.
That's bribery.
And we can't, and I'll tell y'all something else, we can't afford our police units to be going to coolers and places like that. We don't have money. This car needs to sit right here, and you know, I still work part-time with Keller. I have to drive my own personal vehicle. They cut back everybody's up there. And a lot of this stuff going on needs to be monitored. I bet you a $100 bill that they don't even know the mileage on it. They don't even keep up with the mileage.
They do what they want to do.
When we get in our units in the morning, we have to log in, mileage, dates, everything. Well, I rate on all that stuff. Log books, we have to keep all that. At the end of the shift, we better have to put down our mileage because it gets checked. If we don't do it,
This is it.
we want to reinstate our chief. We want our chief back.
And that's why, exactly, because I was gonna ask that he be reinstated, and that's why I wanted the minutes amended. They know that I was gonna do that. But let me tell y'all, on this thing right here, they didn't really want me coming up in here, because they got me for a criminal trespassing warning over there just because I was trying to listen to the minutes, and then Dorothy comes up in my face and put her folder up in my face really close, but nothing was done to her. But they get me for a criminal trespassing warning just because I'm trying to talk to the council members. And I can't help because Renee walks out every time I'm getting ready to say something, but you know, I can't be a mayor with this kind of cooperation.
This council person, this is not her first time referring to as black people as niggas.
Wait. Now you talking this Councilman Stone?
Councilman Stone.
Wow.
You know.
If it's not, excuse me, I got to join you, girl. This thing, I mean, I already know we had problems in other cities. Now this is more of a reason why the governor and the Secretary of State and the Attorney General needs to be here. If not the federal government, because you're dealing with civil rights here. So what else happened other than this incident?
Well, she has made the comment, and people have heard her saying that she grew up calling black people niggas. So there's nothing wrong with that, you know. And part of the reason why she's an elected official is because us as black people, some of us did not.
I already know we had problems in other cities. Now this is more of a reason why the governor and the Secretary of State and the Attorney General needs to be here. If not the federal government, because you're dealing with civil rights here. So what else happened other than this incident?
Well, she has made the comment, and people have heard her saying that she grew up calling black people niggas. So there's nothing wrong with that. I would like to tell America to take off the blinders. I would like to tell Governor Deal and any of the people up there that we elected, they need to take the blinders off and come and see what's going on in their communities. Enough is enough, and that's it. We're not taking it anymore. We're not going to.
Today is April the 1st, 2014. I'm George Boston Rhymes. I just left America's Georgia, Colonial Farms, and I decided to come to Dawson, Georgia, wherein the mayor, what's his name? Chris Wright. And while riding through town here, I found an individual, I think he lives next to the mayor. And will you tell me what happened on that night? Because it seemed as if all we get down here in South Georgia is snippets and things of that nature the night when the mayor was shot. What happened?
I cannot
First,
tell you.
what's your name, first of all?
Pastor Moore.
Pastor? Oh, you're a pastor. Okay.
Pastor.
Okay. All right. What happened as far as you know?
As far as I know, this is what I heard.
Okay.
I'm laying in the bed.
Yes, sir.
I heard shot.
Yes, sir.
Pow, pow, pow. And I heard ow. Then I heard pow, pow, pow. That's 6 times.
Wow.
I get up, come out of the door, and my wife come out the door. Out front of the house right there. And I walked out the front with my light shining around. Nothing. Went back in the house, got back in the bed. I was laying in the bed, then I heard somebody holler, help, help, help. The third one was low. I got up, again, I said, baby, somebody holler for help. She said, sound like somebody hit the side. I said, no, that's somebody holler for help. So I got my light and come back out the house. When I come out this time, I come out the front, went around the side of the house. The fence right there, I shine my light, I said, I know I heard something. Trying to get myself together. So I heard something. You have no little road. And so when I got around there, I kept shining. I saw something dark laying on the ground. I had on dark clothes. And I said, hey, I said, who is that there? He said, this me. I said, who? He said, Chris. I said, Chris? I said, what the matter? He said, Rev, I've been shot 5 times. And that's what he said.
He said that then?
He said it then.
Okay.
And I was on this side of the fence, so I run around to that side of the fence where he was. And I kneel over him. So when I kneel over him, I turn him up. When I turn him up, blood was gushing out of him. From here, down, running down. And he didn't want to get up. I told him, lay down, baby. That's what I told him. Then he said, Rev, he said, pray for me. I don't know what he said, pray for me. And God did what he said, pray for me. And I told him, I just lay here. Then my wife said, I guess she was dialing for the police. I don't know who called him now.
Right,
there was
right.
a bunch of people doing it. But other than that, for me seeing who it was, I don't know. The young man pulled up. He jumped out of the car and he run there. And he said, I said, the madam been shot. He said, where mama? See, I didn't realize what he was talking about when he said mama. So he ran in the house. Once he ran in the house, and that left me there, then the ambulance came and they come around there and hubble over, and try to assist him and get him up. And once that was over with, we all got him up, but I helped pick him up and put him on the stretcher. And once that got stretched, they put him in. And that was it. That was it.
Well, you mentioned the mother. How was the mother?
Well, I did go in the house. Okay. And when I went in the house, I seen the mother. She had a bra, nothing else, a bra, a pair of short pants. And she was like, been roughed up,
Roughed up?
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. It been roughed up. She, and then the police told me, well, we got to solve a case. I said, well, I'm a neighbor. I just kind of see what's going on. So I turned around and come on back out.
So it was a robbery then?
I couldn't.
You have no idea about that?
No.
No, you don't know as a burglar? What?
No, I couldn't say about robbery. I couldn't say about
what you've already said?
All I know is what I heard and that's it.
What you said. That's it. Looking back on it, what do you think, do you think that anything that you know of, and I know you get what you said, what do you think maybe could have been done differently? Nothing was.
You don't see. I couldn't comment on that.
You couldn't say nothing.
No, because all I go back to
what actually happened.
What actually happened is I know of. Anything else, who was here, who come over here, I couldn't hear nothing like that.
Well, one thing I would like to ask you, and then we'll be through with this, is that once did news media come over? Any news media come that night or look on anything or?
Some of it happened. I'm not sure who all come over that night.
What about the next day? Was you interviewed?
Well, I was interviewed, but they didn't ever show it.
Okay.
Over Channel 10, I believe.
Okay, so you was interviewed, but it just never,
interviewed the way,
And you was
in my way.
Yeah, and you was here, and you actually saw what happened. But
I heard what happened.
I mean, you heard what happened, and you did see him on the town. You saw. And yet, but somebody chose.
I'm the one that picked him up and put him on.
Right.
The stretcher.
Right. Okay, look here. What's your name again, my beautiful pastor?
Pastor Joseph Moore.
What church you pastor, brother?
Mount Zion Baptist Church, Brownwood, Georgia.
Thank you so much, my beautiful brother, and thank you for having the courage to stand up and say something, because as I travel South Georgia and Southeast Georgia, I find a lot of people won't talk, and I want you to know I appreciate that very much. Thank you so much. Peace be unto you, brother. Likewise, peace. Once again, this is the Ghetto Free Press, George Boston Rhymes, and as you know, I have a 500,000 views, and the 500,000 views come about because of people like you and people like this, who refuse to sit back and let valuable news just go down the drain as if though a tree falls in the forest, and then they tell us the tree never fell, and our children are sitting under the tree, and we lived in the forest for so long. We know it's there, and so that's what we do. Our goal is to keep you informed. Just remember, education will save us, but ignorance will destroy us. Bye-bye. We're gone. Thank you.
All right. Again, the whole time you can look right at Malcolm. Can you please say and spell your first and last name and your official title?
I'm Joe Boone. I'm the city attorney for the city of Gordon, Georgia.
How are you feeling about everything that's going on, you know, as with the questions to your employment?
Well, it's somewhat dismaying that the city's had to go through this. I think finally today the judge definitely confirmed what I have been telling or trying to tell the mayor and council for the last 6 or 8 months.
And that is? That
I am the city attorney, and that the purported vote to terminate me was not valid.
Why do you think there's been so many attempts by the mayor to recuse you from that position?
I have no idea. I mean, I started out last December with the mayor offering to offer my assistance anything she needed help with. I met with her on many occasions, with the council members on occasions, in a transition type mode to acclimate them to open meetings, open records laws. In fact, you heard some of the testimony was that the mayor reprimanded the city clerk for not issuing a check to Mr. Basket. And in the reprimand, she reminded the city clerk, the mayor did, that Joe Boone is the city attorney.
Did you get that 22,000? Correct me if I'm wrong. 22,500. Did you get that from the city?
No, it was approximately 20,000. That was for. See, the meeting was in May. I think that was for work that had started in January or February. I just never had gotten paid for because of the issues with the council. There was a discussion about the transition fee, which I never sent a bill for and I never got paid for because in the interim there, the mayor was suspended, and I realized that the judge confirmed, I think, her vote was illegal, therefore I was not terminated.
So you never received the $20,000?
No, I got $20,000 for fees that had already accrued prior to May 21st. I did not receive, nor did I charge a $2,500 transition fee, and that was never paid.
Did you ever state in that meeting that if a vote was made to terminate you from that position, and if you had received that money, that you would step down as the city attorney?
Yes, if there was a lawful vote of four council members, I serve at the pleasure of council. And I told them that night, I don't own this job. If y'all want me gone, it takes 4 votes and I'm out of here.
Attorney Boone,
that's what the charter provides.
Attorney Boone, what do you think you can do? I hope to ask the mayor the same question. What can you do to possibly lessen the tension and the hostilities that exist in the council? Can you do anything? What do you think you can do?
I wish I knew right now. I'm willing to try anything. We've had meetings about the EEOC matters, which I can't go into, obviously, to try to talk about things. I'm available at any time, any place, to work with anybody. I mean, I'm just saddened by what's going on.
In the charter, it states that the mayor cannot fire a city attorney without due process. Is your job technically a city employee?
No, sir. And city attorney has no due process rights. I serve at the pleasure of the council. The city attorney does. They want me gone. They can hire me today and terminate me tomorrow. I accept that, as long as it's a valid legal vote of 4 members of council, as required by the charter. That's all I've said all along. Is that regardless of who you are, who you think you are, you're still bound by the charter. I can't change that. All I can do is abide by it. And all the council and the mayor can do is abide by it. They're under a legal obligation to do so.
I'm good. You guys good?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank y'all.
The attorney to step down. We don't need him. He's a good man, but he's all of him. We need someone out of Thomas County attorneys, you know, and that's one thing. But I'm asking for the firing of the city manager. She doesn't live here. Right. And she's you can't get anything, you know. I got a secretary that's doing several Open Records Act in Georgia that I'm going to give her, and we're going to see where she's going to go from there. But I'm not satisfied with the way it's going, and I see most of you are. No, it's not right.
We're not satisfied. She don't give us any
I mean, when the mayor is in charge, the mayor's an elected high official. Amen. Isn't that right? Yes, sir. She's a high official. And they should give her respect. She won by a fair election, and they should give her respect, whether they like her or not. Right. But they turn around and get up and walk out and leave all us in here with a lot of questions that we'd like to ask.
Okay, so what's that telling us? They
don't
respect
care.
They don't care about that.
I want to tell you what happened to me. I went into City Hall and I asked to be on the agenda. The city manager, or whatever she is, she says, what do you want to talk about? I said, I want to talk about Officer Ross being fired, the chief. She says, that's personal. You can't talk about that. I said, well, are you going to let me be on the agenda? And Renee, the other clerk, says, you want me to take care of him? I'm like,
oh my God.
I'm like, and the city manager says, you trying to start an argument? I said, no, I just want to speak at the council. My right, First Amendment. Our rights, our civil rights. They violate our civil rights when they don't let us get on the agenda, when they don't let us speak. And we all try to do it in an orderly fashion. And it's not right. Everybody, that's what we elect them for. Hey, we want to say, you know, we want to come up and say, well, you know, this or that ditch down there is not right, the road's not right, so-and-so's not doing his job, can y'all look into it or something like that? Well, and so my advice to you, if you voted for her, Linda, the mayor, when you go in City Hall, you better take somebody else with you, because what they tried to do was intimidate and get me in the point that they was going to call it a hostile thing again. I know what I'm talking about, because I've been in law enforcement. I've seen where it was going. I turned around and walked back. Officer Rawls, the chief there, went up there, tried to get on the agenda, flatly refused him. What did I tell you? It was full or somebody else?
That's what she told me when I tried to get on. I tried to get on the agenda. She told me it was full because I wanted to talk about my dismissal. She told me that I could. The council wasn't going to listen to me in the first place, so she wasn't going to let me on the agenda. So I'm like, well, why won't they listen to me? She said. Then she goes on to say that we're not going to hire you back anyway. You haven't been here 60 days. I said, well, that's why, Renee was terminated, and you told her that she had 5 days to appeal it with the council, and you all granted her job back. So I feel like I should be at least heard and be granted mine back as well, because I know I haven't done anything but done my job.
This is the Ghetto Free Press, and I'm George Boston Rhymes out of Valdosta, but I'm in Meigs, Georgia. And what I'm trying to do is to highlight what is going on over here with the mayor, Linda, her brother, Am I correct?
Correct.
And what happened to you at the meeting the other night, my brother?
Well, I just asked a question, and at the time I asked a question, 5 minutes later, I laughed, and then the police come start kicking me out of the meeting.
Okay. And were you given this document, something, this is heard, but was you given a document like this?
I was given a document just like this.
Okay, and is it not labeled at the top, Meigs Police Department, and subparagraph trespass warning?
Yes.
Okay, hold your point right there. Did you receive one of these as well?
Yes, I did.
When was yours issued?
Mine was issued about 3 o'clock that afternoon, well actually about 1 o'clock that afternoon. After I went in looking at the bills just like the other council members were doing, but I gave the council member time to look at the bills, and I was questioning the Councilman LaVon Gassett about the training that we were in, and they tried to trigger me and make me raise my voice. I guess I have to speak with a soft tone at all times, unless, or either they'll consider it hostile.
So what did this piece of paper mean to you? What restrictions did it place on you?
They told me that I couldn't come to 2013 or 1006 East Depot Street, and that's the city hall.
So this, if it's legal, then this is the legal document that would accompany your trespass warning. Am I correct?
Yes.
If this restricted you, would not this be the document that restricted you?
Yes.
And did they let you back in the meeting, or did they tell you that you could not go back in the meeting?
They told me I couldn't go.
Okay, that means that
if I went on city property, I'll be arrested
for violating
the trespass.
Thank you very much. Now, I am in Meigs, Georgia. I am from Valdosta, but I am in the state of Georgia, and I am in the United States of America in God's world. Now, you have just heard what they said. Did you not? Secretary of State Brian P. Kemp, Georgia Attorney General, the state of Governor Nathan Deal, Eric Holder of the Justice Department. Did you not just hear him and her? Now, if you heard them, have I not been saying to you all for over 300 days that the Lowndes County Sheriff Prine put me under a criminal trespass, yet they didn't give me this form. They didn't give me nothing look like this form. They didn't give me a damn thing. And I have said to you all over and over again that as a retired military veteran, it is disgraceful to all active duty members that wear the uniform. And if they did this to me because I recorded what I record and following the death of Kendrick Johnson at Lowndes County High School, which I'm going to continue to record, why haven't somebody said something to me about my constitutional rights being denied? Not in Russia, not in China, not in Afghanistan or Pakistan or any other third world communist nation. But let me say one other thing before I close. Now, do you all believe me? I told you that many of our boys and girls in the black community have been given these damn things, and they hadn't violated no law. And then y'all say we black folks are criminals. Poor white folks are criminals. It's not that they are criminals, it's that you have another agenda. But God, through his love and his power, just let me connect up with these two people. They're not the only ones. There are others in Valdosta that has been given a criminal trespass, but they didn't get this document. Now, Governor Nathan Deal, Eric Holden, Georgia Attorney General, may I ask you an intelligent question? May I ask you an intelligent question? How can Thomas County have this document for the people they give a trespass warning to, but Lowndes County, Georgia, don't have it, or they didn't give it to me, and others they didn't give it to? So is Georgia a state of laws, or is it that they just do what they want to do based on the Dred Scott decision of 1857 that was approved by the United States Supreme Court, which said that no black man had any rights that a white man had to respect? And they returned Dred Scott. Dred Scott was not a slave, but they put that Negro right back under slave under that law. Is that what you all trying to do again? Oh, it's not going to work. Look here, we in Meigs, Georgia. The battle had just begun. I just got out of a meeting. I was called over here, and here I am. The Ghetto Free Press, I'm pressing it to the minds of the people because ignorance will destroy us, but information can save us. My beautiful brother, keep on in the fight, my beautiful brother. You said you was a man among men. You proved that last night by not getting Rudy after they had given you this, and it's recorded. The whole world is gonna see what you did to get this trespass warning. And it wasn't nothing because there was other people in the audience who made more noise than you, my brother.
Right.
And Jesus said, in Galatians 6 and 7, for God is not mocked, for whatsoever a man sow, that shall he also reap. And St. John 8:32 says, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set and make you free. Keep living truth, brother. You'll be set free. And without truth, there can be no freedom. My beautiful mayor, my beautiful black angel, God bless you. Thank you so much. And one day, the God of our salvation will make you victorious because it is written. And as it is written, so shall it be done.
Amen.
And all the church would say, hey! Amen. Amen. Thank you so much. This is the Ghetto Free Press. Bye-bye. This is the Ghetto Free Press, and here's an interview. What's your name, brother?
My name is Calvin Eason.
Okay, Mr. Eason, can you tell me, first of all, what did you think of the meeting tonight?
I think it was absurd. I think that here they give the mayor doesn't know anything. Just like all of the paperwork on the minutes, the bills, she knows anything. She don't know anything about it. Everything that was brought to her was new to her. She never gets a chance to know anything because, just like she said, she been locked out. They've taken the keys from her. She don't even have an office. So at this point right here, everything that comes in the city council is new to the mayor.
So for her, if she would have just went on and signed those papers, she wouldn't know what she was signing. Is that correct?
Exactly. She wouldn't know what she was signing because the mayor pro tem signs everything. And I'm glad that she didn't sign it and she passed it on to the mayor pro tem, the one that's been signing everything in the first place.
Well, what do you think about when the meeting first started? Don't you think it was running real smooth and peaceful? I thought it was real smooth and peaceful.
Yes, I thought everybody was on the same page. I thought everything was going to be, was going to go smooth. But as it progressed, it got a little bit worse.
Yeah. Well, why do you think that they have made it so difficult for people to get on the agenda? The white Caucasian brother, do you know his name?
Yes, Jimmy Layden.
Jimmy Layden seemed like he have done everything he could, and so they only give you 3 minutes to speak. I'm glad the mayor decided to give him more time. But what does that say about our form of government in the state of Georgia? It seems like they don't want to hear from us, or what?
Our form of government needs to be revised. Just like Jimmy Layden was saying that he needs more than 10 minutes. It takes 10 minutes to introduce yourself. We all need a chance to speak and be heard. Now, at this point, we're not being heard because we have the city administrator, whatever she proclaims to be. She doesn't give us a chance.
Well, excuse me, but why do you think that the city attorney don't step in and at least give some kind of guidance or instructions? Why you rating that?
Well, he's not the city attorney. Oh, okay. He's one of the colleagues, someone that the city attorney sends in. We haven't seen the city attorney but once since the mayor has been sworn in.
Okay, when I looked across the street, I see a group of people over there, and those are elected officials, I believe. And should not they be over here with the people? Why are they in a group over there? It seems like all the people that was in opposition of the mayor is over there. The citizens are over here. Why do you reckon that is?
Because they're against the mayor and they're against the citizens that put the mayor in the position as mayor.
Now, I was up here earlier last week when I came to the other council meeting, and although no one seemed to address that this meeting was rescheduled, I don't even know if the mayor knew that the other meeting had been rescheduled. But now I also found out she was arrested last Saturday. And do you know why she was arrested the other Saturday?
Well, she had gone in to ask to see some of the records. And the lady, for some reason, told her that she shouldn't be back there behind the counter. And she said that she, as the mayor, she should be able to see some of the records or to be able to go into the room where the records are. The lady said that she couldn't. Okay, and she wanted to use the car to go to a meeting, and they said that she couldn't, but some of the councils can use the car. The police officers use the car to go back and forth home and to work. Because at one meeting they said that the police officers can't take the police cruisers home. So in turn, they came up with another avenue to be able to get back and forth. So they started using the Mercury Marquis or the Crown Vic, whichever it is, to go back and commute back and forth for themselves.
Okay, I got two. That's the president of the Thomas County NAACP. We have her here today. Thank you for being here, sister. Okay. And we can see the NAACP is at least in a representative. They are here to hear a little bit of what's going on. Now, let me ask you another. It's two questions I want to ask you. Number one, you said something about you being, who was arrested out here? Something you said about out here, y'all were doing something. What, you explain that for me?
My brother and I was sitting right here, which is 111. This is the street.
Okay.
My brother was parked right here on his work trike. I came from work, I pulled up right here behind him. My sister was talking to one of the citizens on the other side of the street.
When you say your sister, who's that?
The mayor.
The mayor, okay, all right, go ahead. Thank you.
The post office is right there. I was going to go to the post office and retrieve our mail.
Yes, sir.
We all has the same post office box.
Yes.
But once I seen her with the mail in her hand, I continued to speak with my brother.
Yes. And what's his name?
Edward Easton.
Has he ever been in any trouble with law enforcement before?
No, not something serious, you know.
I'm not with the city or nothing? No kind of problem. Okay, go ahead.
And while we were sitting here, we seen the city, what do you call her, the administrator, or whatever she...
What's her name? You know her name?
Marsha DeMoga.
Okay.
And her and Willie Charles Williams pulls up. He gets out the truck and he opens the door so she can go in. 3 minutes later, the police officer, Drew, came around, he went inside. So at that point, my brother and I was still standing there. So he came up, gave me my mail. We talked for a few seconds. And then he left, I left, my sister left. Friday afternoon, I got off from work and I was washing my truck. I heard my brother says that she got a warrant for my arrest. So I'm like, I know that it's not what I just heard. So I walked across the street and I asked my brother, who took a warrant out of you? He said, Marsha DeMoga. I said, why did she take out a warrant on you? He said, she didn't just take a warrant out on me, she took one out on you too. So I'm like, for what? And so he commenced to telling me this criminal trespassing and what have you, and we need to turn ourselves in at least about 10 o'clock. And so this is when we found out we was being arrested. I mean, we had a warrant.
So you were arrested?
Yes.
Well, who was this man arrested at one of the public meetings? Who was he? There was somebody that escorted out of the meeting a few weeks ago. Who was he?
That was my brother. That was Edward Easton. And they're saying that he can't come into the council meeting because he would be trespassing.
So you're saying that he have been denied the right to attend a public meeting? Have they discontinued where he don't have to pay taxes anymore?
No.
He still pay taxes?
Pay taxes. And this lady, Marsha DeMoga, doesn't even live here. My sister...
I hear that a lot. Wait a minute, I hear that a lot. Now, what you mean by she don't live here?
Marsha DeMoga, which is the city clerk, city administrator, which the councils awarded her all the mayor's administrative powers, which they say that that's something that she can do. Okay, I don't see how that the mayor can hire someone and can't fire them. Okay, and on top of that, now that since she's hired her, they turned their back on her.
Okay.
And
go ahead.
And now they are terrorizing her.
Okay. Let me ask you one other question. Do you see an end of the tunnel for all of this? Do you see any daylight?
It needs to be, but at this point, until the mayor gain control or get some kind of control of our city, I don't see anything happening.
Do you think she should be forced to get control, or do you think that somebody in the state of Georgia should step in and ensure under our form of government everybody has a boss? So it seems like somebody ought to come in here and straighten this out, because after all, the people here probably think it's just Meigs, but they got the same thing in Gordon, Georgia, Davisboro, Georgia, Dawson, Georgia got some problems, and other mayors have called me, and so it seemed like this is a pattern in practice, and there's maybe other people need to come in and look into this situation.
Yes, I do. I feel like there should be someone out there that knows the city charter and the form of government that we're under that can come in and at least give some kind of advice to the mayor. Everyone that the mayor tries to reach and try to find out what's going on and how can she find out what can she do about the situation. Everybody tells her that she has to have an attorney. Okay. And just as well as...
Well, okay, let's bring it into a close. Let's close it out now. But I really want you to respond to, I keep forgetting his name, the white brother. He talked about asphalt, and they made it seem as if though the council members on both ends seemed to believe that he didn't have any justification for complaining about asphalt going down, and the city did not violate any law. What do you think about that?
Well, the thing about that is they're talking about the washout. When it rained and when it's cold and it froze, all the pipes burst. Well, the water ran down her way, but did not wash out her driveway. It washed out the drain pipe, but they put the asphalt in her yard, in her church yard ground, and didn't fix the drain pipe. Now, to this day, that drain pipe still needs some asphalt there.
Well, my question to you is, how do you know what you're saying is true?
Because I work for the city of Meigs, and I know that's what they done. And she pretty much said that they did that because the washout, the water washed out of her parking lot. But that's not true. The water washed down to the drain and washed the drain out. They put the rock there for whatever purpose they, feel like they put it there for. I feel like for bribery.
Well, can I ask you another question? Why do you feel, this is the Ghetto Free Press, I'm on East Marshall Street. You have heard an individual here in Meigs to talk about something with somebody. What would you talk about at council meeting? Then show us what you're talking about. What you say at council meeting other than?
This is private property. This is a church, one of the councils. This rock here is been paid for by the city of Meigs, and we can't go on private property. I work for the city of Meigs, which I was dismissed, and this rock is very expensive. Been poured on private property. Here's the drain where it should have been poured, but they didn't pour it on the hole that it should have been in. It's a washout. It's not a washout, it's private property. Should have never gone there. And this is something that I feel like is bribery. I feel like they've done this to vote against my sister, which is the mayor.
And what's her name again?
Linda Harris is the mayor. And this is something that we can't do. Can't go on private property.
Well, this is not the city manager's church, is it?
This is one of the council members.
Oh, this is a council member church. And is that the name of the church right out there I'm looking at? Is that the name of the church?
Yes, Church Unusual.
So you think that may be a conflict of interest? It may make people act a certain way and vote a certain way?
Very much so. And she told Madam Mayor that if the council vote one way, then she's going to have to vote that way also.
All right, and what's your name again, my brother?
My name is Calvin Eason, and I work for the city of Meigs, but I was terminated by Marsha DeMoga, which now is the city manager slash whatever she called herself to be.
All right, thank you very much. And you say this is pretty near, what company did this come from?
Scrubs Construction.
Scrubs Construction, okay. Thank you very much, thank you very much, thank you very much, thank you. What's his name?
His name is Willie McNeil. This is Church Cairo's parking lot. This goes into this church, and this is a private property also.
I can't stand on private property.
Right.
Okay.
This is private property, and this is something that, like I said we can't do this. It was all paid for by the city.
You mean this was paid for by the city? This
was paid for by the city. The rock was paid for by the city of Meigs, as well as the other rock placed on private property. We as employees not supposed to go on private property, and especially putting the equipment on private property just in case there's something that's been damaged, then the city would be
liable.
Yeah. This is Church Cairo's And he was a city council, but being the corruption that was going on, he resigned, which was the right thing to do as a minister.
Okay.
Just like I said, the previous minister that you just filmed her church, she's still on the council.
Okay.
And a lot of bribery going on. He has nothing to do with it, but just stating this is something that goes on.
Okay, so there's a great possibility, as one citizen said, that the ultimate goal probably is to finish paving all of it like this. What you say?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Another thing too, when I was down there, I don't know if you noticed or not, but some members, they may be having church or something, but they was also recording us. You saw that, right?
No,
they recorded us. So I just want to be on. Yeah, they was recording us, and I told them that it's okay to record us because all we doing is reporting the truth for anybody to come out here and see. So we have nothing to hide. Wouldn't you agree?
I agree.
Look at my beautiful brother. Take care of yourself. I'm on my way. It's on you, brother. What's up? Peace.
Here we are again. More of the taxpayers' money is being dispersed on private property, which we don't supposed to be putting gravel on private property, spending the city and the taxpayers' money. This gravel that we got two churches that we was talking on earlier, last month or this month. But this is something that the city can't do, and this is what I call bribery. The guy that owns this he's very prejudiced.
When you say prejudice, what do you mean?
He's prejudiced, and the only thing he wants is the blacks to live in his place and collect the money. He don't care about them. They don't care how this place has been caretaken. But this gravel here is some of the same gravel that the city paid for the churches.
Okay.
And all of this is bribery.
Okay. Thank you very much. What's your name again, brother?
Calvin Easton.
Thank you, brother, man.
Okay, thank you.
Once again, I was up there at the what's supposed to be a city council meeting, and the brother, the white individual, what's his name? The brother told, what's his name? The white guy?
Jimmy Layton.
He referred me down here.
Used to be the chief.
Yes, thank you.
Wait, Malcolm, can you hand her mine too? Thank you.
Mary, do you mind holding?
For real.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, and if you guys can hold those mics a little lower for us, please, that would be great. Okay, appreciate it. Mayor, how are you feeling about the result of today?
Wonderful.
And can you tell us why you were pleading the fifth to several of Cooper's questions?
I plead the fifth again, but due to the advice of counsel.
What would you like to see take place going forward?
That we all can agree and come together, work together in the unity of love, peace, and tranquility, which is peace.
What were some of your reasonings for wanting the city attorney to no longer hold that position?
Well, one, and I'm really not anti, I want you all to know that I'm not anti the attorney, but he's never reached out to assist me. And as stated, I think of this as the welcome wagon. When you have a neighbor move into the community, you open up and reach out. Well, that was never given or done for me.
Madam Mayor, what can you do to lessen the tension or to make it better in terms of the council and your relationship with the attorney? I asked him the same question. What do you think you can do?
In order to make things better, there's got to be an agreement to come together, just to have dialogue, just to sit down and talk, be able to communicate what's expected of him and what he expects from me. We've got to be able to have dialogue and be willing to work together.
The opposing lawyers...
And I'd like to say, it's not like he didn't know me. He was our school board attorney when I was on the Board of Education.
The lawyers on the other side stated today that you have gone against what the courts have asked you to do several times in the past. Would you like to respond to those assessments and allegations?
Let me answer that. That's categorically untrue. Mayor Whipple-Lue has never gone against what the judge has ordered. If that had been the case, then he would have found her in contempt, which he specifically did not find her in contempt. And I might add that I heard some of the comments that the lawyers made, and we disagree with those as well. The judge did not dress her down. These are overzealous lawyers seeking to revise an election that has already occurred back in November of last year. They're seeking to redo the election, which we won't stand for, and all of this with these contempt motions, these injunctions, TRO motions, these are all things that they have invented to try to suppress the vote that was made back last year, which elected Mayor Lue as the mayor of the city of Gordon. Some people have not made their peace with that, and that's what this is all about. This is all about trying to reverse the election. There's an African-American female that is the mayor of Gordon for the first time in history, and a lot of people can't deal with that, pure and simple. And that's what this is all about. Let's be clear about that. There's no reason or rhyme for what we're going through here other than the fact that some people can't deal with the fact that you have for the first time in history an African-American female that's the mayor of this particular town. We're going to call it for what it is from now, and that is what it is.
It's far too late to reverse any election, so what needs to be done for there to be some sort of peace or an understanding from both sides between now and the trial date and going forward?
Well, we didn't file this, they did. So for there to be a peace, they need to withdraw their complaint, dismiss it, there'll be peace. All of this is a big futility. There's nothing that, even if they were wildly successful, there's nothing that they could do to keep this mayor from running again if they're successful in removing her from office, which is apparently what they're attempting to do. There's nothing that this judge can do to disqualify her from running for office again and getting re-elected again. So this is all a big charade, a big futility, a waste of everybody's money, time, etc.
Mr. Kendall, as a recap, so what happened today? What motions did you file this morning, and what were the results of those?
Well, we filed 2 motions to prohibit certain things from happening with regards to depositions. Number 1, we filed a motion to prohibit Mr. Boone from attending the deposition of the auditor that the city has hired, Mr. Basket. They essentially withdrew the request to have him present, and therefore the judge granted our motion to prevent Mr. Boone from being present. The second motion was a motion to protect Mr. Basket from having to disclose confidential information that would be privileged based upon the accountant-client privilege that's recognized in Georgia, and the judge found that Mr. Basket didn't have a client, or alternatively, he had waived, or the city had waived the accountant-client privilege, and therefore he would have to answer any questions that Mr. Cooper or the plaintiffs put to him in a deposition. That's what was decided there. And then they filed a motion for contempt on the mayor because she sent a letter to Mr. Boone regarding his continued service as a city attorney. The judge denied their contempt motion, found that his previous order was not sufficiently clear. He amended the order to explicitly state that Mr. Boone is in fact the city attorney, and I'm here to state that we're going to forthwith appeal that order just like we have every other order that he has signed in this case. So we will be appealing that order just like we appeal every other adverse order that he has entered in this case.
Was you surprised about the judge not understanding possibly your appeal up to the Georgia Supreme Court?
Well, he was just simply uninformed as to what had happened. When we appeal, we don't necessarily send the judge a copy of the documents that indicate that we are appealing. So he was surprised and didn't know the status of what had occurred with his previous orders, and I simply enlightened him that he was in fact on appeal with his previous order up to the Georgia Supreme Court.
Great. good. Anything else?
I'm
Anyone?
good.
We're good? Okay.
The judge called the mayor vicious for a bar, bar complaint against Boone, but yet who filed the criminal contempt against the mayor, and isn't that not vicious also?
Well, it was not only vicious, but it was frivolous. There was no way that the judge could have found her in contempt of that order based on the fact that she sent Mr. Boone a letter basically clarifying his status as not being the attorney for the city. So we always felt that it was frivolous, had no basis in law or in fact, and it was just another in a series of attempts, as is this entire litigation, to redo the election which took place, which elected this woman as the mayor of the city of Audit.
And who filed like criminal contempt?
The plaintiffs did, Edie and all the rest of the plaintiffs.
Does anybody know how many people are in the concerned citizens group?
No, I don't.
They didn't seem to know either.
Sorry, I'm just going to grab this. I apologize.
And
do me.
This is a miscarriage of justice in the state of Georgia that cannot be overlooked. The Secretary of State and the Governor have made it very purposeful that they will send the message that if you are African American and if you run for office and if you honestly win the election, you will be punished. The Governor, the Secretary of State are trying to intimidate and suppress the African American vote since they know if the 400,000 registered African Americans in the state of Georgia that did not vote in the last election cycle come out and exercise a right that people have died for, the right to vote. If the African American community and all people of color exercise their constitutional right to vote, it will mean the demise of this white privileged aristocracy here in Georgia. That is not American. That is not worthy of the state of Georgia. This prosecution is a travesty. The prosecutors, the Secretary of State, the Governor should be called out on what they have done to these women and called to publicly apologize for the 4 years that they have put them under this scrutiny and this character assassination. So that's how I feel about today.
Thank you very much. This is the Ghetto Free Press, just keeping it real. Once again, I want to appreciate you. You are a prime example, in my most humble opinion. While we cannot hate one another because of the skin color, it's not about skin color. It's about what is right and wrong. I think perhaps that Jesus put it best, and I put it in my own words. Want for your neighbor that which you want and have for yourself and your own children. Thank you so very much. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you.
We want to thank Shaveen King and Miss Simmons out of Atlanta for taking on and carrying on the civil rights movement. Thank you for everything you're doing. Once again, the Ghetto Free Press. Bye-bye.
N.E.B. to amend the new business on the agenda. I'll make a motion to amend it. So y'all don't want to amend the minutes? Oh, no, what's my motion? I want to amend the minutes, the new business, because everything wasn't added. And I want to offer Officer Rawls a chance to approach the council about his termination. And also, there were some things, I had nothing to do, being the mayor, I had nothing to do with this agenda. I have no say-so in anything. So I want to amend the agenda with the new business so that I can have my say-so to the council, because whenever I go to the office to speak with Ms. DeMoga or any of the office staff, is that I'm hostile. I can't take care of business without Ms. Williams being up there. Like today, I've just been served a trespassing warning. It says on here that I can't even go to the city hall anymore, but it has this address as well. So had they had their way, I wouldn't have been in here, I guess. But I just want to amend the minutes so that we can be heard today, because I think that we, as citizens and mayor, we need to be heard. So we have a motion. We have a second. This is the cooperation that I get on a daily basis with the council. I don't want to appear hostile, but I want the citizens to know this is how it's done every day. It's a shame that the mayor don't have no say-so in anything. Ms. Williams, everybody else can come up there to the city hall, can run around there. Dorothy can put her folder in my face today and nothing be done about it. But I'm giving a trespassing warning, only because I was trying to see the bill for today. But this is the cooperation that I get. Either it's no cooperation or silence. You know, I can't operate. I was elected by the people to do a work for the city. And I can't do anything. Every time I turn around, it's Mr. Mogul in my face. At first, she was afraid of me until we made her city manager. Now she's all up in my face and walking all around me like she is not afraid of anything now. I cannot get anything done. I can't walk in the city hall without somebody saying, are you recording me? But from my understanding, the last council meeting we had, I was the one that was on the recorder, being taped for something I did at 4:30. But only thing I asked them to do today, LaVon, didn't I ask you for us to go and get some education so that we'll know how to govern by our charter, to do it the right way? I said, because we're gonna continue to look like fools. Ms. Dorothy Williams, Councilman Williams said, oh, you calling me a fool, you calling us a fool. No, I wasn't. I'm just trying to get the city back on the right track. But how can I do it if I'm not given a chance? I'm not given not a chance, a step of a chance.
Mr. Mayor, I understand that, and that's been hashed about numerous times. The council, they voted, I think it's part of the charter, we've gone through all that. I think it's just no good for you to try to rally the crowd here. I think we need to go along with it.
No, I'm not trying to rally the crowd. Okay. Well, okay, since this is part of the new business, this is what I'm talking about. This is an amended 2013 budget that wasn't even brought to my attention. I don't know anything about this budget. This budget that I've been given today is like totals that don't jive with the Fellow Banking Company, for one. Yes, it was an amended budget on 2013, but 2013, we had gotten a lot of money. We don't have that kind of money. So we asked Mr. Moga to get a statement and get a definite total of what we got in the bank. And is that on here? But this doesn't really jive with the 2013. Okay, so whenever you
have to take money from one department and put it in another department to balance the 2013 budget.
But this budget
like
still.
street department had no money in it. We had nothing budgeted, but there was money to the street department, so we had to balance the budget for 2013 so that the auditor can come in. This is done all the time. In government, the budget fluctuates.
Right, they fluctuate, but out of 3 months, we haven't had a chance to give us a living budget, like what we're actually working on.
Y'all adopted 2012, but we had to get 2013 adjusted in order to pass the state office.
So 2013 had been balanced all out.
And the auditors, if y'all approve this budget, and we want to bring them forward.
Okay, well, I just hate that I have to bring this up in the council meeting because I don't get any cooperation. And that's my thing. I didn't know anything about the amended budget until I got my... It's been so long ago. No, we're not finished. Well, we don't have to go. If y'all want to stay in here, because from this point on, we need to be... Nobody's saying here. Did you second the motion? I second it. I don't think this is right. But y'all don't have to go because this is not right. Y'all can go ahead and voice your opinion. What we got to do, are y'all as citizens got to stick together.
I've never seen a city council meeting operate like this
I don't
before.
understand how we allow the city attorney to control our meetings. They already, see, all of this was done without my say so. He's not even our attorney. That's not an attorney.
He sent somebody in every time. But you went to this meeting Saturday, and this is why he sent him, because he don't want to answer your question. It's the reason that he didn't come. That's right.
He already know what it is.
We didn't talk about Chief Rawls. When did we get to talk about that? That was the agenda.
Yeah.
That's why they left out.
Right.
He's been in here 22 years. When everybody else left, he was here. It doesn't matter who came and who went. He was here. He lives here. And he's been fair. Now everybody on that council member know him. You know him. So why are you taking sides with somebody else when you know what he do? He's a good police officer.
And I brought that to their attention. That's what they don't like.
Okay.
I brought it to their attention. I said, this man was here when we had nobody. When everybody else had resigned, he was here. I said, we ought to at least give the man a fair chance to appeal to the council like we allowed Renee. They told me that on reading the letter, he was terminated for Georgia at will state. Okay, I terminated Renee Boyd on those same grounds.
Okay, what is that? What is Georgia at will?
Georgia at will. They can fire you. You don't have to have a reason to fire them.
But if you get a lawyer, they got to have a reason for it.